I've been getting a lot of requests lately to make a video about the difference between Webflow Analyze and Webflow Optimize. Today, I want to share exactly what I've discovered about these tools and help you sell them to your clients with confidence. First, let's picture the scenario. You finish building the site, it's clean, the code is optimized, the classes are organized, and everything is ready to go live. You hit publish and hand over the site to your client. Then your client asks you to add tracking scripts like Hotjar, Google Analytics, Twitter Pixels, and maybe some VWO or Optimizely for A/B testing. Suddenly, the site that you built is now slow and heavy for users, and your Lighthouse score has tanked. I know this pain because I've been there so many times. Now, I'm not saying these third-party tools are bad, however, they do come with major downsides. First one is performance. Every external script you load creates a request that impacts your page speed. The second one is fragmentation. Your client now has to log into 3 different tools just to understand how their website is performing. This is the gap that Webflow is trying to fill with Analyze and Optimize. Instead of stitching together a stack of third-party tools, these are native to the platform and built to be used right inside the designer. The main difference between these tools is, first, Analyze gives you insights like site performance, bounce rates, click events, and heat maps. Optimize gives you the action plan like variation testing, user segmentation, and AI-powered A/B testing. So in short, Analyze is for understanding your traffic and Optimize is for routing your traffic. Now real quick, in my experience, if your site gets under 10,000 visitors a month, Analyze gives you everything you need. If you're over 10,000 users a month and running paid campaigns, that's when Optimize start making sense. Let's have a look at how they work, how they impact or don't impact performance, and realistically, when you should convince a client to use them versus want to skip them altogether. We'll cover Analyze first, then Optimize, but feel free to skip ahead using the chapters or timestamps below. Webflow Analyze puts data directly inside the designer. You can see the stats right next to your build, like the bounce rate, the number of visitors, and the scroll heat maps. You can also see click events and where people are clicking on your page. As a developer, this is incredibly useful because you can see the data in the exact context of the build. The value proposition here isn't necessarily that Webflow's data is better than Google's, it's just that it's more accessible. When data lives right next to your design canvas, you're much more likely to actually use it. And in modern development, we need to be looking at the engagement, like are people clicking, are they scrolling, which page they're coming from, which page they're going to, and so on. Realistically, if we don't measure that, we are just guessing. Now, this isn't going to replace GA4 or other deep dive tools, but because this is native, it loads efficiently and it's easy to use. You aren't calling on external servers to load a heavy library. You get the visual data your client wants without the performance hit of a third-party plugin. And since this is an add-on for a cost of around $9 a month, I think it's totally worth it. For this price point, I recommend this almost to every site because it removes the friction of checking your stats. It helps you make manual, informed decision to improve your user experience. You look at the data, you identify the problem, you fix it. Now let's talk about Optimize. This is Webflow's answer to A/B testing. If your client is serious about marketing, they will eventually ask to run tests. Does this headline work better than this one? Does this image work better than this image? Now, Optimize allows you to create different variations of your page. You can test out different headlines, different hero images, or different call to actions. The tool then automatically splits your traffic between those variations, or you can do it manually on specific segmentations like user with a specific device or geographical locations. The AI feature uses machine learning to understand which version performs better and then starts sending more traffic to the winner. You can easily create a variation on your site and it's all done visually. You can just click on the variation and start editing them right within the designer. Now, the reason this costs so much more is that it is an active tool. It's processing traffic logic on the server side, which avoids occasional page flicker that sometimes happens with external tools. However, there is a catch which you must know, and that is statistical significance. For an A/B test to be valid, you need a large sample size. If you only have a few hundred visitors a month, the algorithm simply cannot learn fast enough to give you a reliable result. This is why I say Optimize is an enterprise-grade tool. It is designed for high-volume marketing sites that are running paid ads or have significant organic reach. If you use this on a low-traffic portfolio site, you won't get the value out of it. If the client asks for Optimize, they don't have the traffic, be honest with them. Tell them their budget is better spent on ads or SEO first to build the traffic. For high volume sites, however, you can sell this very easily. Think about the ROI. If a client is spending $10,000 a month on ads and we get even a 10% conversion lift with Optimize, that could be an extra $1,000 in revenue against the $300 monthly cost. It's totally worth it. So here's my recommendation on how to approach this with clients. If you're building a marketing site, a blog, or a small business site, stick with Analyze. It gives you most of the insight you need for a fraction of the cost. It makes you a better designer by showing you what is working and what is not. If you're working with a client who is focused on conversion rate optimization, maybe they are spending $10,000 or $20,000 a month on ads, that is when you introduce Optimize. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Have you tried Optimize or Analyze yet? And how did you find the workflow compared to external tools? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.